Good win, big win for our guys. Those wins, those games taking a toll on me, but great to get a win like that. More impressive to get those key stops. We missed some free throws, gave up an offensive rebound at the free throw line, but did a great job down the stretch getting key stops. Brandon Lopez came in and gave us a big boost at the point guard position, made really good plays, good decisions. And he was part of that stop down the stretch of the game, accepted that challenge against Johnson, so great win for us. Jonell once again had another great game in my opinion. Rebound was physical, was aggressive, stayed in attack mode. Though Skyler came off the bench and played well for us. And that's his kind of game, that type of game, rivalry type of game. I thought he played well in that one. And right now, as far as Trey Golden, we just know it's a right hamstring injury. Outside of that, I couldn't tell you anything else.
Coach, for Jonell, his development, how significant was it to game like this now back to back?
I just, like I said, I saw it coming. Just the pace of his game, he's taking his time. He's very aggressive. But I think it's also the development of the guys around him, having space and being able to make shots, make plays, getting the feel for how he operates. Because he's not a traditional guy who's always back to the basket. He kind of fades up, he'll post up off the blocks. So just really getting a feel for how he plays. Sometimes he's methodical with his post moves, trying to feel you out. He does a great job passing out of the post. Sometimes he goes off the dribble. We drew a play up for him that he made a play. So just really getting the feel for him, having the space on the perimeter, how to play with him more than anything.
On Saturday, you kind of said you knew what Alabama was going to do. Did you anticipate Kevin would try to switch Johnson on Lopez there at the end?
We figured they'd run the ball screen, not necessarily on Lopez. Because Lopez, I mean, you hadn't seen him a lot. He's not a bad on-ball defender. He can keep you in front of him. Johnson has the strength. They went away from it, came back to it. But I thought we had the right personnel in there to get a stop. And for us to just force those guys to make a play off the bounce, and Brandon Lopez did a good job of keeping them in front of him, forcing them over the top, forcing them to make a tough shot.
So we had 12 in those scores. Did you think making this game, unlike so many others you have played this year, might be easy?
Never thought that. I mean, any rival game, I've been high school, college, when you talk about a rival game, it doesn't matter the records, the situation, the personnel, that's a lot of fight. I mean, that's a boxing match. So never the case. I knew those guys wouldn't roll over. Kevin does a great job preparing those guys. They run that Princeton-style offense, which is not something last time we seen this was against Georgetown, so it's not something you normally see, but not a lot of prep time. And like I told our guys after the game, didn't want to tell them before that 3 games in 6 days, I was impressed with how they compete, especially the way all the games went down from an emotional standpoint. They take a real toll on you. So I was impressed with the way the guys finished it out.
You said these are the games that take a toll on you, but these are also some of the games that went against you.
Yes.
Is there a difference, or is it just kind of sometimes the ball goes?
Well, I think ball goes your way, but I think when the ball goes your way, you have to be prepared. You have to be in those situations before. Those situations have to have presented themselves. And we've been through it. It's like Josh came over to the bench. We've been there before. We get to stop. We know what it takes, and we got to stop. So the guys understand. And it's not a case when you look in their eyes like, oh, man, here we go again. It's like, let's get this stop. And Josh and Jordan, let's go. Let's get ready. And that's what you want to see because the guys feel it. They understand, but they're also maturing as a team.
Coach, you talk about Jarnell and how you saw it coming, not just his scoring, but it's his rebounding. 18 rebounds Saturday, 11 more tonight. Let's talk about the mentality that he's kind of stepped up to for people who don't get to see him every night play.
I just think that's who he is. I think, when you come in, 5-star guy, one of the top players in America, and then the way he came in, I don't think it had been done before. So he got a lot of press, a lot of fanfare. Just turned, 18. Now he's 19 years old. There's still a lot of growth, and maturing as a basketball player. Sometimes you have to go through tough times, so to speak, hard times in game situations, and then you start to see, and eventually it clicks. I mean, I shot a lot of three-pointer shots in my freshman and sophomore year. I didn't make them to my junior year of college, but I still shot a lot. And it just, some guys develop at certain times, but his work ethic was never lacking. It was just a matter when it kicks in. I think now for him, he understands the player he can be, and the guys feeling it, the guys are going to him, he's being assertive, and I think it's just as mature, and it takes time. Everybody's different.
After 19-5, what did they do on the specifically? It seemed like the ball wasn't getting to him as easy, or
they doubled him, but what happened was what they were doing, and Kenny Hall is really not a three-point shooter. What happens is whenever he was posting, Kenny Hall, in most cases, man, was sitting in the lane. So now it's hard to throw the ball to him, first of all. So now he's off the block to catch the ball. They double him right away. So now that ball swinging, you either got a shot or you got to try to make a play. But in most cases, they're not really defending Kenny on the perimeter. So if it goes up, he has a chance to rebound. I don't think it was necessarily anything different. I just thought they brought the double team quicker, just almost like as soon as they get it, force those guys to make plays or make shots.
That's up from your vantage point. Did you think either one of those shots, the first one and then the tip going in?
I mean, Johnson made some big plays. He was attacking the rim, and that's what he does. He attacks the rim off the ball screen. 6'3", 6'4" guard, knows how to use his hips and get you around him. I mean, it wasn't going in. He was getting a stop.
Coach, do you think that, you said you didn't expect it to be easy after you got out of the big league. Do you think that's also the case of this being just not used to being in that position?
I think so. You know, what happens is, and I really believe this, we don't have a true point guard out there. It's traded to start. We don't have a traditional point to get you on the floor of your offense, because they're probably half of the offensive sets that we would normally run. But Jordan's a scoring guard. He knows it as a 2 guard. Josh knows it as a 3. So now you're moving guys around, and it's not easy to run a lot of sets, and we don't have time to all of a sudden go over 15, 20 different sets in every game. So it's growing as a team. When you get in those situations, continue moving, passing, cutting, having space, and getting the ball inside. But I think in most cases, when we get in those situations in the game, we get stagnant because of the traditional point guard to facilitate and execute the offense.
When that offense did get a little stagnant there in the second half, what was Logan actually doing that made a lot of those possessions just look a lot smoother?
Well, he's a good point guard because he knows the play. So now when we run him, now Jordan's in his traditional spot as a 2 guard, Josh where he needs to be. So now you're able to flow in your offense. So now you run the play, come off the ball screen, bounce past to Jordan for a shot. He get the rebound because he knows where he's supposed to be. Then just so tough for Jordan McCray to be a 2 guard for 2 years, and all of a sudden I got to run the point, I got to know all these plays. So we didn't put that kind of pressure on him. Run a motion offense, he has about 5 sets in his mind that he knows to run and execute. But Brandon knows what's going on at that position because he's been in there. But it's also a credit to Brandon, who hadn't played in a while, not really a part of a lot of practice because it's 5-on-5. But he's locked in. He's a very intelligent young man. So now I knew he'd be ready to play regardless of the outcome. He'd be ready to go.
Gonzo, 2 straight games that you win on the last possession, and you guys have been in several close games down the stretch. Is it a process of the team learning to win those games because you came up short a few times for 4 or 5 point games, but then you won the last 2?
Well, the thing I talk to our guys about, in order to get to something, you have to go through something. And I think for our guys going through tough losses, and this is a tough group, a resilient group, because those losses can really take a toll on your weight. Now, if you get blown out by 20 points, okay, let's scrap, let's go back and play. When you lose the way you lose, you miss a key free throw. Ole Miss game, you miss those free throws, you lose the game. This game, you miss those free throws, you win the ball game because you sat down and got the stops necessary to win the game. But I just think it's a credit to our guys to continue to put their hard hat on and work hard in practice, and they're really developing a brotherhood, so to speak, amongst each other and having a passion for one another. And when you have that, you got a chance to be successful.
Gonzo, when you go plays with your defense, not just on the last possession, but down the stretch?
We're getting there. We're probably at a 75% clip. We just got to, really take pride in every possession. And I give those guys credit. Like I said, that's tough. I thought Jarnell has really improved his overall game, not just his offense, but his rebounds, defending. He's been more vocal. But when you run those ball screens with Jarnell, he's constantly setting, hedging these ball screens, switching these balls. That's not an easy thing to do when you got 4 perimeter shooters out there. Because now you help defense, you got to be able to help, you got to be able to recover. And for us, if we gave up anything, it'd be a layup. But I think, Big Henderson got a layup there late in the game. But for us, we give the layup as opposed to the 3-point shot, because when you look at the percentage, it's probably 16% of the time they'll throw that pass as opposed to 70+% throwing that 3-point shot.
Coach, how crucial is it when you want a matchup small like that you have guys like Josh Richardson who can take rebounds?
Oh, it's great. And I think Josh really rebounded. I thought he played hard. I thought he competed. He was locked in. He was aggressive. But, with Josh and Amani, those are 2 6'5", 6'6" guards that are built to rebound like that. And those guys have to rebound like that in order for us to be successful when you go with 4 smaller guys. Because in most cases, Jordan and other guys are kind of safeties back, helping us so we don't get transition baskets against us. So Josh and Amani got to do a great job in rebounding for us. But it's a credit to his work.
Coach, what do you know about Trey Golden's injury?
Oh, just as far as I know right now, just a hamstring injury. I'm not sure the extent of it right now. Not sure, just hamstring. I'll find out. As soon as I find out, I'll get it to you guys. This game? I thought he played well. I thought he had that one time just watching, I thought that was his turnover when he threw it up the court to Jordan, put him in a tough situation. The first thing he said, "My fault, coach." He knew that because he put him in a vulnerable situation, and Jordan got the turnover. I don't think Brandon got it, but he knows what's going on. But the one thing he does for us, he pushes the ball. So now guys can get out and run. I think with him on the floor, it really helps Jordan because now Jordan can get out, run, and make plays in transition.
I mean, you've been in the line a little bit and out of the lineup for him to come in an SEC game, a tough atmosphere.
Oh yeah, but the one thing about Lopez, he's not fazed by the opponent. That doesn't bother him. Like he says, he's from the east side, so he's not worried about any of that. He battles, he competes, but it's a credit to him. He's mentally locked in games, and he's ready to go. So I wasn't worried about putting him in the game because he's also one of the biggest cheerleaders. So he's always locked in and ready to go. He's one of those guys telling the guys when they come out of the game, "What's going on? Be ready for this. This is about to happen."
One more.
Thank you.